Audience Challenge. We're so glad that you're here. Yes, thank you for joining. Thank you. Give us a second while we let other people join and get on here, and then we'll start going.
How did it get to be April 30th, 2024? That's what I want to know.
I don't even know. Like, it's insane that we're already here. Like,
we're well into Q2.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May, says Justin Timberlake. That's right.
Every year it comes right back around. Never get sick of it.
I know.
Thanks for joining, guys. Welcome. We are so glad that you're here. This is our last week of Own Your Audience Challenge, and we could not be more grateful that you have chosen to follow this journey with us as we go through this. It's been such a productive month. We'll be reflecting on this incredible journey, recapping the challenges, and celebrating wins. And most importantly, we're going to help you plan for lasting email subscription newsletter success. So Amanda, do you want to give us a quick recap of the whole month?
Yes. So as you said, Erin, the theme of this month has been owning your audience. And so when we say own your audience, we mean know their names and their email address, as opposed to just a social media follower, where you could make the argument that you are renting an audience on another platform. You're playing in someone else's sandbox, if you will. And so if you're relying on running your business, even if it's just brand deals, on your social media following, then you could be headed for trouble pending algorithm changes, change of ownership and social media platforms, which always is going to come with like major rule changes, as we saw with Twitter to X last year. We're seeing crazy things happening with TikTok this year, which was actually the impetus for us having this like theme this month of like owning your audience, because I'll recap really quickly. Like, the House of Representatives passed a bill or a piece of legislation to ban TikTok in the United States, and that kind of like went dead. And we didn't hear anything about it until last Saturday, not 2 days ago, but the week before that. And this bill has been signed into law that TikTok now has, or ByteDance, their parent company, has 9 months to find a buyer and get into like the sales process, or TikTok's going away in the United States. And so that's a major ordeal. So many content creators rely on TikTok to run their businesses and their top of funnel lead source. But this could happen, this kind of situation, change of ownership, change of algorithm, change of rules, anything like that. Like, you are subject to changes on other people's platforms, because right now we're playing in LinkedIn's sandbox, and they could change the rules on lives. They could stop showing when we're going live to our followers. They could make it really hard for us to reach our audiences. Like, we are not in control. And so, in running our businesses, we really want to be in a place of control and comfort and having peace of mind that our customers that we have, or potential customers that we have earned on these social media platforms, are going to be there tomorrow and the next day and the next year and the next year, so long as we continue to show up and provide excellent content, right? That's the idea. What we're seeing here is that we're on like shifting sand, and that you cannot rely on that, and you should not rely on that if you're trying to run a business and monetize your account in any way. It's also just frustrating as hell, right? Like, you've worked so hard, and then they kind of like pull the rug out from under you. So even if you're not on TikTok, don't let this kind of just go in one ear and out the other, because it really is just an illustration of what's going on in the broader social media atmosphere, if you will, and that we are subject to having the rug ripped out from under us, no matter how many followers you have, or what your position or stature is, or what your business model is. So we want you to build an email list and start owning your audience. And so you can go back and listen to previous lives, but we've talked about the 2 pathways to get someone onto your email list is to just get them to sign up for your newsletter. And we recommend sending one out every week or every other week. Once a month would be like the lowest frequency you might be able to get away with, but really try and hit every other week at least. Or you can get people funneled into your email list via a lead magnet, which is a free resource, like a free digital resource, like a top 10 list, a guide, an email drip course, or anything like that, that should be kind of a preview of a product or service that you are selling, ideally. And that could be kind of into the future. But right now, just get people onto your email list. And so I know Erin is going to drop the link in the chat if she hasn't already about you can sign up. So this is a lead magnet for Level Up Creators, the Own Your Audience Challenge. And it is a 4-day challenge where we walk you through the process of creating a free account on ConvertKit, which is an email service provider for individuals like you, like digital thought leaders and creators. Create a free account, create a landing page, come up with a killer idea and a hook for a newsletter, how to actually go through the logistical technical process of, again, that landing page setup, the newsletter setup as frequently as you're going to send it out, and also how to come up with infinite ideas for your newsletter. We give lots of examples of top creators and their ideas and other ideas that are available to you. But basically, you just want to communicate with your audience, as many of them as possible, not only through social media, but through email. And then once you have an email address list, that opens the door to your ability to sell a suite of digital products and services. We're really big on recurring revenue products and services built on a subscription model because everybody likes consistent income. We really hate it when creators put dozens or even hundreds of hours into creating a course that there's a big launch and maybe you make 20 grand, maybe you make 100 grand, and then $200 a month for eternity, basically on your course. And so we want to help you kind of take the knowledge and information from digital products like a course and bring them into something like a mastermind, a membership community, a paid newsletter, or a small group high ticket coaching program. So we're all really kind of about that transformation from, problem to you providing unique solution in a way that that solution is consumable over time and therefore justifies running a business on a subscription model. And that's what we teach in Level Up Creator School. But your first step is start owning your audience, start that challenge. We'll get all the info for you into your inbox every day for the next 4 days. It is so specific, so detailed. We didn't miss anything. We're very type A, detail-oriented people over here. And we're a major like business and technical nerds. So our intention is to marry sort of our business operations and knowledge on that front with your area of knowledge, expertise, and passion to build a business for you that is sustainable and would eventually like replace your corporate income or whatever your financial goals are. So that was a very long answer to your very simple question, but that's kind of like what we've been talking about all month long.
Yeah, a very type A answer to your question. Very thorough, but we always enjoy that. So if you've been tagging along with us, it's time to celebrate. Do a little happy dance. All the incredible work that you've put into growing your email list, whether it's you've been gaining subscribers and you're focused on growth, or whether you're starting from ground zero and you're just taking the first baby steps to start your email, your weekly email or your newsletter or anything like that. Like, it's time to celebrate. Pat yourself on the back. You've done a great job. And no matter the size of the step that you took, we just want to encourage you and tell you, like, it is so worth it to move your audience off of social platforms and onto something that you can own and control. And again, is not rented land. We cannot emphasize this value enough. So we are so excited. We have a few questions that we have from our creator community, but if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat, where we are, we'll talk about anything from getting your email started to nurture sequences to valuable quality content, anything like that you can drop in the chat and we will get. But one of the questions that we got this week from our creator community was from Deb, and she said, I am struggling to keep up with a consistent content schedule for my newsletter. How often should I be emailing my audience? And what are some strategies to manage my time when creating content?
Yeah, and you're not alone. A lot of people really struggle with that. And so we want to try and hit an every other week cadence for an email newsletter. And the subject matter and actual content of the newsletter varies greatly depending on what your social media accounts are all about and what people are gathered around you for. Like, why do you have people's attention? What kind of content are you providing? And why are they sticking around? And so that should translate very seamlessly to the content that you provide on your newsletter. But there are no rules on what you can provide, and you can sort of taste and adjust and like test and look at the results and do another test. And just, that's all running a business is like, gathering data, making adjustments over time to optimize conversion rates effectively. I was just like doing an action workshop in Level Up Creator School, and it was kind of all about that. Like, here's your business at a 10,000 foot view, and you want to dive in and make little adjustments over time to make your business as good as it possibly can be, right? So in this challenge, we do offer, again, a way for literally like endless ways to come up with newsletter ideas. So the best you can do is make a decision with the information you have right now. So what's the content of your social media accounts, and how might that translate to content in a newsletter? So that could be taking a look at your most popular content and coming up with your first 10 newsletter edition ideas based on your top 10 reels, if you were, or a LinkedIn post, the ones that are most high performing. LinkedIn makes it super easy for you to go in and like see what those are. You can also take a look at competitors, ecosystem partners. So those are non-competitors in like a tangentially related field with a similar audience. What are they talking about on LinkedIn? What are they talking about on Instagram and Twitter or X? And you can take inspiration from those ideas. Don't ever steal anybody's content. That's really, really tacky and low bar. So don't do that. But you can take inspiration from it. You can say, I read this from this person, give them credit. Here's my take on it. Or here's the top 3 articles from our industry or space or niche in the past 2 weeks. And then the top 3 takeaways from each of them. You can do a video. You can do an audio newsletter. Substack has a new feature. And we only recommend Substack if your whole business is newsletters. If you have a free newsletter and a paid newsletter, and that's the whole business. Otherwise, we've got other tool recommendations like ConvertKit and ActiveCampaign. But a new trend is like almost like a baby podcast in your newsletter. And so having an audio option for people to listen to the content in your newsletter, but you could just have audio. You don't have to have the script, or you can start with audio and get a transcript really easily at this point with all the AI tools that are available. And the transcript can be, fixed for grammatical errors and things like that, which ChatGPT and Gemini and all those tools can do for you. And boom, there's your newsletter. You can dive in deep on a specific topic, or you can zoom out and provide like the 10,000 foot bird's eye view on a topic. You can ask your audience too what they want to hear about you or want to hear from you about. And you can also like look at open rates and see if people are enjoying your newsletter or not. And if you need to make adjustments or if you need to double down on what you're already doing.
Yeah. Okay, we have a question from Adam. I've grown my list, but I'm not seeing a lot of engagement. What are some tactics I can use to get my subscribers to more actively interact with my emails?
Yeah, so that's really good information to have. Like, people are giving you information whether they are doing what you want them to do or not, right? And so I would probably email a subset of your email list one-on-one, pick like 25 people and say, hey, I'm really struggling to make this a human one-to-one thing, very personal, not, marketing automation. Like it's not a mass email. It's very one-to-one, literally. I'm struggling. I notice that people are not engaging. I'm so appreciative and grateful that you subscribed. What's the kind of information that you would enjoy hearing from me? So I would do that on a one-to-one basis, a couple of dozen times, and start to make adjustments. And again, test. Don't make like broad sweeping change over broad sweeping change over broad sweeping change, or you won't ever understand why something is working or not. So ask people what they want, try it, give it enough time to play out, to give you a data set from which to make your next best decision, and rinse and repeat over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, Sarah says, I've discussed different, you guys have discussed different monetization models, but I'm unsure of what is the best fit for my audience and content. Can you offer some guidance on how to select the right strategy for my newsletter?
Yes. So the way that we try and help people, especially people who are on LinkedIn, decide what their business sort of concept or subject matter area should be is to picture a 3-circle Venn diagram. And those 3 circles are your area of expertise, what you have the most experience in. Okay, you don't have to think of yourself as a literal expert, but if you've been in your career for at least 6 years in a similar vein, like you're an expert in that area, you have something to share with other people, something to teach. So circle number 1 is your area of expertise. Circle number 2 is what you're passionate about. So you want to make sure you're matching those things and aren't like doubling down on something that you hate or going to like not want to get up in the morning and do once you get burnt out or get close to burnt out, you got to have a reason to keep going. So that's why making sure you're passionate about this area is important as well. And then the third circle is the business circle. It's what people will pay for. So you're looking for the very center of that, your expertise, your area of passion, and what people will pay for. And that is what your business should be about. And hopefully it's what the content of your social media accounts are about and what you're sharing information on LinkedIn about. And to get from there to a subscription model so that you can earn recurring revenue, you have to figure out the middle of that circle and how you can deliver whatever that is in a way that is consumable continuously. Consumability is like the common factor amongst all recurring revenue products and services in the world, whether they're a giant SaaS company or a deodorant subscription box. It's all consumable. And consumable can be taken a number of different ways. Like that's more of like a one-on-one conversation trying to help you understand what that might be for you. But knowledge is consumable. Products and services are consumable. Solving problems for people is consumable. Advice is consumable. Participation in a group is consumable. It's these things that provide value over time. It's not like a one and done kind of situation. Like think of Cutco knives. They guarantee their knives for life. That is a one-time sale. And now they have a lot of products and services that you can buy that are like tangentially related, like all sorts of kitchen stuff, but they didn't used to. Their original business model was one customer per product. They had nothing else to sell to their customers. And so like that, in my opinion, is a terrible business model. You cannot build a subscription off of that. And so you got to have something that is consumable.
Yeah, that's really good. Okay, last question. Steve says, I'm looking at my email analytics and I am so overwhelmed. What are one or two key metrics that I need to focus on as I'm just getting started?
Top 3 metrics, in order of importance: open rate. So if you have 100 people on your email list and 50 of them are opening your emails on average, your open rate is 50%. Number 2 is the number of people on your email list. Is it growing, or are the people who are unsubscribing outpacing the number of new people who are signing on? Is your list trending toward growth or trending toward decline? If trending toward decline, you need to pay attention really quick, start doing a lot of research and talking to people. And then number 3 is a click-through rate. And so if you want someone to take an action inside your email, like visit your landing page or grab another free resource from you or go read the full article, whatever the CTA or call to action is, are they doing that, right? And so again, those are in order of importance. Open rate, are you trending toward growth or decline? And then I guess if you're trending toward decline and you see that, then that becomes the number 1 metric. So it kind of depends on where you're at on that. And then number 3 would be the click-through rate.
Cool. Awesome. Always so good and informative. Okay, so the moment that we've all been waiting for, the giveaway winner. Drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da. It is Pradeep Patel. So if that is you, we're going to reach out to you. We're going to get you all the information that you need. And for everyone else that participated, we are so thankful and grateful that you did. Remember that building a successful newsletter is a continuous process. We have done a lot of work to lay foundation on the journey, but it doesn't end here. It's all about growing and getting better. And again, Amanda's little, season, taste, adjust. So it's all about figuring out as you're going along, stumbling through, but you're going to get there. If you have been following along and you want to keep following along, please subscribe to our newsletter. We talk about all kinds of just different ways that creators can create consistent growth. They can up their engagement and ways that they can use different monetization strategies. So you're going to want to subscribe to that if that's something that you're interested in. If this is your first time joining the live, again, we really encourage you to grab that Own Your Audience challenge and just start. The hardest part is getting started. So that is a wrap for the Own Your Audience challenge. Again, thank you guys so much for joining along. We will continue as we kind of grow and figure out this live thing. We're going to continue to do lives every week because people really like it. And we are so thankful that you've joined us this far, and we're going to keep it going. So thank you so much for joining. We so appreciate it. Oh,
let's talk about what Pradeep won. like
Oh,
reiterate the prize.
yeah.
I'll say. So Pradeep has won a year in Level Up Creators School. And so we have Level Up Creators, which is our consulting firm. And that's like the done for you arm of our business. And then Level Up Creator School is the done with you part of our business. It's a subscription school for digital thought leaders and content creators who are sharing their area of knowledge and expertise and passion online. And like, that's what their social media accounts are built upon. And we help people go from not sure what to do next, not sure how to monetize, build a business, build an email list, all the way through setting this stage for foundations for scaling your business and having what's called a product ladder and a well-designed customer journey that you're helping take people through, where they're continually recognizing more and more value from you as time goes on. And in turn, the cool part is you get to make more and more money from each customer, the more value that you provide. And we're going to teach you the exact nuts and bolts of how to do that. So you go from maybe unclear, confused, not sure how to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. And we are going to very quickly take you to a place of clarity, confidence, knowing exactly what to do next, how to prioritize, how to think about your business, how to, which analytics to collect and how to analyze those to like season, taste, and adjust, like Erin just said, because that's what running a business is. It's about leading with your first and best guess based on the information you have at the time, learning from both qualitative and quantitative information, and making tiny tweaks and adjustments to ultimately increase your conversion rates at every stage of your funnel, from social media follower to email list subscriber to customer. And then we want to grow those customers over time to buy one-off digital products, join your membership community or your paid newsletter. And we want people to join a high ticket group coaching program. And so we have kind of this all mapped out. We have systems for how to do that, and checklists and courses, and a really interesting and thriving community of creators and thought leaders like you. And we are very accessible. So in Creator School, myself and my team, like Erin and others, we have every area of business expertise covered. We are so set to marry our expertise with your knowledge and passion and what your social media accounts, like why people are listening to you. We turn that into dollars, right? So that's what Pradeep has won. And we are so excited with a year subscription as well. He's going to get a 90-minute one-on-one call with me. We're going to make him a custom GPT that acts and sounds like him. So content creation becomes a breeze when you have a really excellent GPT, and some ongoing one-on-one calls with us as well, in addition to like 5 live events in the community per week. So it's a really, really valuable package. So thank you so much, Pradeep, for your participation. We're excited to have you and welcome you into our community.
Yep. And I did drop the link to the Level Up Creators School if you are interested in more information about that. Thank you again so much for joining us on this Own Your Audience Challenge journey. Keep nurturing those email lists, keep creating valuable content, and remember that Level Up Creator team is always here to support you. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you next week.